We live in the Middle East, in an Islamic country, an Islamic, if you like, atmosphere. All countries around us are majority Muslim countries. And of course, in Islam, evangelization is not allowed and conversion is not allowed. They will respect you if you do not try to evangelize. You live as Christian, your faith, and you practice, they will respect you for that, especially if you are part of the traditional or historical communities of the region. There is no freedom of conscience, if you like, still.
One of the key moments of Pope Leo XIV's trip to Turkey was his visit to the Mor Aphrem Syriac Orthodox Church. There he was greeted by Patriarch Ignatius Aphrem II, spiritual leader of the Syriac Orthodox Church, a community of several million followers worldwide. The two took a moment to pray together and then held a discussion with other church leaders aimed at promoting peace. The previous day, Patriarch Aphrem had prayed alongside Pope Leo and Ecumenical Patriarch Bartholomew, together with other church leaders, at the historic site of the First Council of Nicaea, where they jointly recited the Creed. And while in Istanbul, I sat down with Patriarch Aphrem II in the middle of this historic papal trip. Your Holiness, it is a privilege to meet you, and thank you so much for doing this interview.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me on.
Now, today has been a historic day and one that you have had a front seat at. Witnessing this, you were with the Holy Father in Iznik, marking the 1700th anniversary of the Council of Nicaea. What was that moment like?
It was very emotional, to tell you the truth. It was very emotional, and it gave me that sense of continuity that 1700 years ago, some 318 fathers, bishops, priests, deacons gathered there to protect the faith.
It was interesting. I heard Pope Leo say, 1700 years ago, they needed the Council of Nicaea. He said, but we need it today just as much as we did then. People put Jesus Christ as a historical figure, charismatic leader, he said. A Superman, he even used the word Superman, but not really divine.
The Lord forewarned us in the Gospel. He said, when the Son of Man comes, do you think he will find faith on earth? I'm not saying it's the end of time, but the attack against Christianity is so fierce and so strong that not everyone would be able to resist and to stand firm in her or his faith. So Christianity has been attacked from day one. It's a relationship with God, a way of living that goes against the tide, if you like, against the world's teaching. I mean, didn't he tell us, you are in the world, but not of the world? So this is expected. But with the advanced technology and social media and all kinds of communications, it's now much faster for false teachings and strong attacks to spread. And there are many people who have not been formed in their faith. There is, of course, there is responsibility of the church, of the clergy, but also of the family. Now families tell us, oh, we don't want to brainwash our kids. Let them grow up, study, learn, and decide for themselves. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work. That's why we have baptism of infants, because we believe these kids have to be educated in their faith. If later they decide to live, nobody can stop them. But if you are not giving them really the opportunity to learn about God, about the love of Christ, about His sacrifice for us. Meanwhile, they are being bombarded by different ideologies, secular and anti-religion. So there is no fairness here. You deny them Christian education, at the same time you subject them to anti-Christian ideologies, and you tell me that let them grow up and decide. It's not fair. So yeah, we are being attacked all the time, and we will continue to be attacked as Christians.
Yeah, one, why do you think the faith has been attacked so viciously as many people see it? And the second follow-up to that I was going to ask you is, Will it always be this way?
I'll start from the second one. It will always be this way, because this is what Jesus told us. In the world you will have tribulations, you will have persecution. But then he told us also, but trust in me, I have conquered the world. So it's going to be always like that, because again, the Christian calling, the Christian way of life is not the normal way of life. Who teaches in the world, except Christians, that you have to love your enemy? Nobody. But Christ tells us we have to love our enemies. It's not easy, but we have to do it because we belong to Christ. So Christ's teachings are not those of the world. They are heavenly, they are divine. And so in a way, in other words, we are called to live divine life, heavenly life on earth. We'll be attacked because the others have to show that we are wrong.
Moments like this one, where you have someone like Pope Leo XIV, the Holy Father, coming to a country like Turkey, and that symbol, that presence, praying at the site of the Council of Nicaea, visiting the Blue Mosque here in Istanbul, do you think that will help in stopping some of that attack on Christianity? Would it help with understanding in the long run?
So attack of Christianity is not confined to one country or one geography or one culture. It's worldwide. Turkey, being in Turkey today with His Holiness Pope Leo and the other church leaders, is an opportunity for sure to interact with non-Christians. But I will have to say that not everyone in Turkey is anti-Christian. There are millions of people who are very civilized, and they are very open-minded. Yesterday I was walking around here on the street, and a lot of people greeting me, wanting to speak to me.
Because of your attire.
Exactly. Some of them probably for the first time seeing a clergy, a bishop or a patriarch. And this just confirms to me something I have always accepted and believed in. Ignorance is the mother, is the source of all violence. When people know each other, they will come to accept each other. But when we do not know each other, we become very scared of each other. We isolate each other, ourselves from each other. And that isolation creates hatred, and hatred creates violence. So it's always the best, very good to build bridges with people, to talk to people, to show them our way of living. The worst thing in us human beings is when we look at each other in different aspects, except in the human aspects. We don't see each other as humans. We see each other as Catholics, Protestant, Orthodox, Muslim, Christian, blacks and whites, rich and poor, educated, non-educated. But we forget that in the heart of all this, me and you, we are both humans created by God. We share our humanity and creation by God.
What is it like today for your community, for the Syrian Orthodox community?
Our historical homeland is actually southeast Turkey, in Mardin, Diyarbakir, Midyat, and I was there a couple of months ago for my first patriarchal visit after becoming patriarch. I spent 10 days and I visited dozens of villages. And most of these villages were deserted during the last 3, 4, 5 decades because of persecution, because of unrest, because of terrorism, and also because of poverty and area not being developed. But this time I went there, I was surprised to see many people coming from Europe, at least for the summertime, to spend in their villages.
They were coming back?
Yes, for the summertime, and some of them were building homes, and I saw several homes in different villages being built. What I'm trying to say is that for them to come back and to rebuild their homes, it means that they feel safe. And I said this to the Turkish media also. I wish these conditions prevailed like 30, 45, 50 years ago. Maybe many of these people would not have left. The current government is nice to our people. I have to say it because this is reality. Actually, here in Istanbul, we built a new church which was built recently and inaugurated 2 years ago. The president of Turkey attended the laying of foundation stone and attended the opening of the church also. And this is the first church being constructed in Turkey since the 1850s.
And the president attended?
Yes, both occasions. Wow. And the church was built with the assistance of the government. This is a sign of openness and of encouragement.
So you see it as a sign of hope, because I know that some of the people we speak to, they say, yes, we have the religious freedom and religious tolerance, but then it can go to a certain point. You couldn't evangelize on the street, or you couldn't go out and hand out Bibles or tell people about Christ so enthusiastically. You have to know your limits.
We live in the Middle East, in an Islamic country, an Islamic, if you like, atmosphere. All countries around us are majority Muslim countries. And of course, in Islam, evangelization is not allowed and conversion is not allowed. They will respect you if you do not try to evangelize. You live as Christian, your faith, and you practice, they will respect you for that, especially if you are part of the traditional or historical communities of the region, because we are the indigenous people of this land. But that may not be true or the same for some evangelical and other groups who may come here to try to evangelize Muslims. Of course, that's not. There is no freedom of conscience, if you like, still in our region, and it's difficult to see that happening soon. Tell you the truth. That's why we always tell our Western friends that our existence, maintaining our presence in the Middle East in itself, is evangelization.
Just being present.
Being present here and live the gospel the way we can with our neighbors. So that would be our.
Is it a delicate position to be in?
It is. Yes, it is. But again, you need to get to know the people and let them know you. Build bridges with them, talk to them, they will talk back to you, and their fears will disappear once they know you. That's very important. As far as the region, our church again is one of the oldest churches here. We are the Church of Antioch, where the disciples were called Christians for the first time. So our church was established even before the Church of Rome, because St. Peter from Antioch went to Rome to establish the Church of Rome. I'm, by the grace of God, the 123rd Patriarch of Antioch. So there are 122 before me since the St. Peter. We have that unbroken chain. Our people are scattered all over the Middle East, but also all over the world. So this is our situation. We have been here for 2 millennia, and by the grace of God, we intend to stay here as long as we can.
Your Holiness, it's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.
And thank you for your time.
God bless you. Thank you. Thank you.